I before Q3 earnings, I was probably a little too excited, and I loaded up a lot at 25. Because I swore we were going to 32. I was just like, it's time. And then the day it dropped to 22, I loaded a lot at 22. So, are you guys buying before this? Because, and I just want to have an open discussion about this. Either we think Q4 went good and they're going to beat or meet earnings, and the stock price is already so beat down that it wouldn't make any sense for it to sell off, even if earnings is not amazing. Which means there is a buying opportunity. The opportunity cost, if there is a buying opportunity at these prices and earnings is good, not great, then we get out of the 12s, 13s, and we start going to the 17, 18s. And when we're there, as long as the market is not in a crazy bull trap right now, we're probably not seeing the 12, 13s again. Again, this is all just hypothetical. It's just, three guys talking about what the price could be. Are you a buyer at this price before earnings, or do you want them to show me good numbers and then you'll buy at 16 because you're fine buying at 16?
I have a philosophy. I just literally DCA $1,000 every other week. I get a paycheck, put money away. I don't care what the stock price is. I'm just loading. That's it. I made my mind up. I'm just doing it. I'm not even thinking about it. Whether the price is 30, whether the price is 10, whether it's 15, because I know this company will one day end up changing the world. And if it changes the world, it's going to be worth something. So in that regard, I think 5, 10, 15, 20 right now is not going to make a difference, especially if it ends up going to $200. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just DCAing right now.
See, my view on investing is very simple. Actually, I mean, my idea is like, see, when you invest, you don't know what will going to happen in future. Okay, like for example, I could have invested this money in Netflix or somewhere else. I mean, same thing could have happened. In my own analysis, I felt that Palantir at $22 is a 10x opportunity. That's what I evaluated for myself. Okay, so for me, I think anytime it was coming, the biggest regret I have for my last year is that I left my BCG job in August 2021 to become more as an independent, and then I joined Schlumberger. Had I stayed for 2 more months, I would have got a fat check bonus in the January this year, and I would have done the check in the market like anything. So that's my regret. And I whenever I buy, I always buy in bulk. Okay, I don't wait. The moment I'm
What does bulk mean to you? Can you? I know you're balling over there in Malaysia. What's it like 20,000, 30,000 at a time? What is bulk? Because bulk to me is like 1,000 at a time, $1,000, not 1,000 shares.
yeah, that's not bulk for me.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean that's the kind of thing I might do if I wanna test water in a stock.
Yeah.
So would you buy before earnings, Sachin, or are you kind of just like you don't care what's gonna happen?
So right now, I mean, like I already bought as much I could. I mean, I'm out of cash, and if I get more cash, I would love to buy, but I don't have cash, and I don't want to sell any covered calls at this particular point because there is no point. I mean, like for example, like I've discussed in past, I'm not going to sell any covered call in Palantir ever below 25 because it's a kind of a stock. To me, that's the minimum fair value of a stock. And the moment in a rush of moment, if market realize it, the stock can shoot up to that point at any time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I mean I'm just sitting and waiting. And no, and these are the kind of things which you prepare yourself. See, for example, when you are having a market rush, that time you think, okay, tomorrow if market and stock is going to do 60-80% down, what you are going to do with it, and why you are going to do with it. Like for example, when the stock dropped, my question was, has the narrative changed about the company? Is company performing bad than what it did? I hear any news or any macro which has changed? Nothing has changed. Okay, tomorrow, like if a stock price or even interest rate goes to 2 to 3%, still nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean people still want to make money and people still want to invest in companies which has good growth potential. So for me, it's pretty much still the same scenario like what it was. Yeah, I mean it's a bit of dirt that the stock has declined this much, And why it sucks? Because I don't have more cash to invest.
Yeah.
Okay. If somebody cannot stomach declines, this is why I stay very tight when it comes to use margins, when it comes to maintain liquidity, because these are the kind of things that makes you do stupid things when you are in this kind of market. As long as you can stomach it, like Amazon, I remember declined 93% in the dot-com crash. Okay, and I know like people were jumping. I know our favorite anchor Jim Cramer jumping like it's there, and so yeah, and I've seen market for last now 25 years. Okay, I've seen a lot of time. I got frozen that you wait for decline. When the decline happen, you're happening is still going for another 20%. So yeah, it's very difficult to time it at times. People who can do it, they should do it. At least I'm not the one who can do it, so I don't try to. The idea is my strength is if I good, so I focus on that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, give me a minute, guys.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. Like I've been investing for at least 12 years now, and one of the things that I have always realized that have been some of my earlier weaknesses is that the volatility stomaching has been the hardest part that just gets me out of the market. I think, and you really at points like this have to remember that these are opportunities where you just have to just turn off the screen. Just don't look at your Robinhood. Don't look at your your applications that you normally do to see where you are, because it's disheartening and it affects you. It affects your morale. You can't sleep at night. So you're like, all right, let me sell. And then let me tell you, it actually gets worse if you do sell, because what happens is it pops after that. And once it pops, you feel regret. So the best thing you can do is do more due diligence, do more DD, because the more you do DD, and especially if it's a good company, you'll realize that you're in a good position. And there's a lot of people right now that like I said, that I follow, you guys especially, some of the other people that's in our Twitter feed that are always giving us new information, and it's crazy the amount of stuff that's just always being posted about this company. And it really feels like Tesla in 2018, right?
The crazy thing about it is, like, when I started covering it on YouTube, I did not realize there would be this much stuff to cover. Like, I have at least 30 video ideas for Palantir to make in the next week. Like it's actually insane the amount of, like, there's just so much news, and it's like it really is starting to feel like Tesla in 2018, but we know it's not at the growth level of Tesla in 2018 because it's not as but maybe it is. Who knows? There's just new shit happening every day.